Have scientists found a giant alien megastructure out in space blocking light from a distant star? Well, it may very well be a real possibility. A strange star located 1,500 light years from Earth is exhibiting strange flickering behavior that's leading some scientists to speculate that an alien megastructure is blocking the light. Right now, the star KIC 8462852 is really hot, and not just because it's an F-type star, but because the Kepler Space Telescope has discovered that it flickers in a highly unusual way, as if something is obscuring it. And these dips in light are different from what you would expect from planets blocking the star. Scientists are failing to come up with an explanation for the phenomenon based on natural astrophysical processes, so attention has turned to the potential of an alien megastructure blocking the light. But what would such a structure be exactly, and how likely is it that Kepler has spotted one? And according to scientists, there are many possibilities. It is true that dips in light from the star are odd, both in shape and timing. They are unlikely to be caused by a surrounding cloud of dust, as the star is too old to have such a planet-forming disk. But what about a storm of comets? They are actually not very good at obscuring stars, so it is not all that likely either. Fragments from a planetary collision might work, except that such events are so rare that we would not expect to see any with Kepler. The lack of a simple explanation has made a lot of people quietly, or not so quietly, ask whether this could be an alien megastructure, known as the Dyson Sphere. The Dyson Sphere was first described by Freeman Dyson in the 1960s, who argued that a technologically advanced alien civilization would use more and more energy as it grew. As the biggest source of energy in any solar system is the star at its center, it would make sense that the civilization would build orbiting solar panels to try to capture it. Such structures would take up more and more space until they eventually covered the entire star like a sphere. However, a complete sphere would be invisible to Kepler, as it would absorb all of the light from the star. So, signs of this would have to come from something currently under construction. And that seems to be the case here. Scientists have calculated that to build a Dyson sphere, one would need to disassemble a nearby body, like a planet, to provide the material for the solar captors. In a recent paper written with a colleague, scientists calculated that disassembling Mercury to make a partial Dyson shell could be done in just 31 years. One way of doing this would be to mechanically disassemble the planet, much like we do in our aluminum and steel industries. From these industries, we know a lot already about the energy cost of such work, so the trick is to use already mined material to build more mining equipment and solar collectors to power it, achieving an exponential feedback loop. And the time that it would take to disassemble any terrestrial planets, such as Earth, is not much longer, while the gas giants would take just a few centuries. The scientists' aim in the paper was to show that using a small fraction of the resources in the solar system, it is possible to harness enough energy to launch a massive space colonization effort, literally reaching every reachable galaxy, eventually each solar system. But the important point is that this kind of planetary engineering is fast on astronomical timescales. Over the history of an F5 star like this one, even 1,000 years to build a sphere is not much. Given the estimated mass of the star, as 1.46 solar masses, it will have a lifespan of 4.1 billion years. The chance of seeing it while it's being englobed by a Dyson sphere is 1 in 1.4 million. Another possibility is that the structure is an abandoned, unmaintained Dyson shell. Such a structure would likely start gravitationally clumping together into streams of wreckage, which makes this sound like a promising explanation. But Dyson shells are not the only megastructures that could cause intriguing transits. Research has suggested that an alien civilization could, for example, sort asteroid material using light pressure, engineer climate using shades or mirrors, or travel using solar sails. Most of these tools are small compared to stars, but Kepler might notice them if there were enough of them. Another study has calculated the possibility of detecting stellar engines, gigantic mirror arrays for moving entire solar systems, based on light curves. But unfortunately, the calculated curves do not fit this star as far as they can tell. In the end, the scientists say that they need more data. The stakes are high. If there is no intelligent life in space, it means that either we are very lucky or that intelligent species die out fast. But if there is or was another technological civilization, it would be immensely reassuring. We would know that intelligent life can survive for at least some sizable time. So what do you guys think? Let us know down in the comments section below. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe to our work if you like what we do, and stick around because we've got a lot more coming. Stay safe, guys.